Hello, I am BlueRogueAvatar and welcome to another episode of Fun in Forza. Today, we're driving a Mini, as you can probably tell from the shape of the Mini in front of you and the cheeky little Union Jack on top. And today, we're going to attempt to do some good old-fashioned hooning in a Mini. In my specially tuned Mini. I say specially because it's rear-wheel drive. And it can do this. Yeah. So, let's get to it. I've spent quite a while tweaking this little fella. But really, I want to see how accurate and consistent I can be in it. Because that's the real stickler in any drift build. It's not about whether it can drift. It's about whether you can drift in it consistently. So we're gonna give it a go, and I've picked an environment I don't usually go for. We're here at the what do you call it? The factory warehouse place. Ah, lame. Didn't have enough speed. It's not a good start, is it? Getting all beat up. Ooh, look at that. If you can just get it to sit on the edge of drifting, it's actually quite good. So yeah, what I've done with this Mini, I've created a very odd tune, because it's the only way I could make it work for me anyway. It's a rear wheel drive, obviously, always helpful if you want to drift. It's very good at burnouts, I have to say that. It's rear-wheel drive. I've got all sorts of upgrades on it, but the crazy thing is, you're not going to believe this, the power and the speed that this thing's got, and the craziness that I'm doing in it. If we pause it a second, it's still D-class. You know, this is just insane for a D-class. I can't get over, because I was tweaking it and messing around with it, trying to get it to, you know, drift without putting too much on it, but it's still D-class. You know, it's insane. So I'd like to see a better D-class drift car. Probably one of them big Yankee things, but you know, whatever. This is my take on it. So it's very good at burnouts because it's got tiny little tyres. Ooh, ah! But drifting, it's still pretty tricky. It's an incredibly extreme tune, because I've got ridiculous things like it's all focused on trying to get more grip to the rear, ironically. You think, oh, I want to drift it wants less grip. But no. Because this car is so light and it wasn't designed with rear-wheel drive in mind, I don't know if you've ever faffed around with many cars that already front wheel drive and then try converting them to rear drive. It's not a thing that I've found worked particularly well so far. I mean, this car it's not really a viable racer because it's just too leery, really, if you try and drive it properly. You know, it's very, very, very oversteery, and because it's got such a short wheelbase. Oh, there we go. Get a nice ultimate drift on there. It just wants to spin around like a top the whole time. So we'll have a quick dive into the settings in a moment. I'm doing quite well, actually. It does the best drifts, I think, in second or third gear. It's a bit, for bigger drifts, it's definitely, okay, third gear territory. So, let's have a quick look at the settings that I've done. You'll see what I mean when I say it's an extreme tune. So, As far as upgrades go, it's got quite a bit of power, but mostly it's all the upgrades, pretty much everything really, apart from tyres, which is how I've kept it in D. I mean, I could have changed the tyres and had less power, but, you know, this is how I've done it anyway. So I've left the gear ratios alone, because I haven't actually changed the gearbox on it, now I've mentioned that. But I've increased the front tyre pressures, the anti-roll bars, 100 like maximum stiffness at the front, complete softness at the rear, and similar, not quite as extreme on the regular springs. The damping, done something similar. Aero, maximum aero at the back. And then the differential, I've had to make it not lock at all hardly. It's only 15%. It's a bit mad. So actually, I haven't done this yet. I haven't actually saved this setup. Shame on me. We shall call it mini drift, because that's what it is. It's crazy. How I ever got it to work, I don't know, because initially it was just spinning round and round and round and round. So drift, I would say it's an expert one, because as much as I've been driving around in it, I'm not very good. So yeah, if you want that tuning, search for Mini Drift in D class, or search for my gamertag, which is BlueRogueAvatar. And you too can have the visceral thrills of something approaching a Drift Mini. You see, unless I throw it in, it doesn't... Let's just do a simple test. I put full lock on the steering and boot it, and it will spin around quite happily. You know, it will do donuts. But if you're just driving along in first gear, and then you full lock it, it'll just understeer. And you see, it's the front wheels are kind of locking. And even if we notch it up a bit a gear, whoop. Yeah, that's enough to spin it, just shifting through gears. If you just approach a corner normally, it will by and large understeer. And that's what you need for a car with such a short wheelbase. It just wants to spin around, you know. You need maximum amounts of understeer, almost insane really, in order to be able to maintain a steady drift. There you go. But even so, I'm having to work the wheel quite hard and be quite delicate with the power. So it's just so easy to spin it. But here at the warehouse, there's plenty of room for you to do the work. See, I've spun it again. What you have to do is kind of... I think second gear is probably where it excels at drifting, because then you've got a bit of power to sort yourself out with, but not too much. Although third gear, if you not nail it, it is just about right. You can just keep hold of it better. I've spun it again. So, let's give... How long have we been doing this? There's not a lot of action in this one, apart from a lot of me drifting. Mostly I just wanted to show off the fact that I built a Mini that can drift. You know. Look at me go. Check out my mediocre skills. Whoa, where'd he come from? So you can get it to drift so easily though. There's a dab of power and you're drifting. Maintaining it's the tricky bit. Like I said, it's absolutely amazing at burnouts. Just thrash it around all day. Let's see if we can't come up with some kind of... Where'd you come from? Playing offline. But you know, they still appear. Whoa. Just so much oomph for such a small car. Okay, let's try and set up a drift route we can do. Okay, so we'll do a jump. Get a nice big drift out of here. So that just tweaking on the edge of understeer. Okay, and we'll go in here. Just working out a route I can do mostly. Oh, and now it's raining. That won't help. Oh, there we go. That's a route we can do. Just got to throw that extra bit of lock in. Missed the jump. So we get a nice big drift. There we go, ultimate. Into the building. And back out again. See if we can't get a nice little drift there. Yep. If anything, it's easier to drift in the wet. Wasn't expecting that. Okay, let's duck in the building this time. And whip our way back out again. Hit the jump. There we go, getting a bit of a drift loop going on now. Ah, slipped into a burnout. Into the building. Bit not quite where I wanted it, so we can get a big one out of here. Okay, let's whip it around. Ah, lost the back end. Stuck in third gear now. Whoa. Oh, shifting gears the wrong way. My steering wheel's upside down. Ah, not too bad. 80k. 80k drift thing's not bad for a little mini that wants to spin around on its head. Right then. Well, I've had a bit of fun round here. So, let's do... What should we do? What should we do? It's the trouble in this game. There's no really good drift routes. Just saying. You know, not like Forza Horizon where you had that big hill, the first one. That was ace. So then, where shall we go? I suppose we could just do the run out of Castelletto like I always do. Oops, wrong button. I confuse myself when I'm playing with the steering wheel sometimes. Okay, let's try and do a on-the-road drift run. See how far we can get going out of Castelletto along the coast. See how far we can get. It's a good little game to play. How far can you go? Okay, let's do this properly. Okay, let's get our first sideways. How far can we string it together on one thing? Taking it nice and easy so far on the cobbles. Throwing a bit of wreckage bonus, why not? Keep that combo going. Do some very, very deliberate drifts at the moment. Clipping the sign now, that's good. What, no side swipe bonus? Oop, steady. Whoop. Just clip a sign again. See if we can get a bit of speed up. How far can we go? Oh, it's raining again. Will that help or hinder? Ah, I missed the sign. A bit too far. We'll clip the wall and got away with it. Getting a bit of speed up now. See if we can get a longer drift on. Apparently not. Just weaving down the road. Surefire way to get arrested, peeps. See if we can get all the way to Nice on one combo. Got to keep thrashing it. Best drift we've got on this combo so far is only a great drift. I'm a bit disappointed about that. See if we can get a longer one on. Nothing so far. I think for the higher speed drift, it's all about third gear. Say higher speed drifts, I'm only doing like 60 miles an hour. But that's all this car needs, really. Oh! That worked out better than I thought it might. Nearly lost it then. But managed to pull it back and get a drift tap. Oh no! Bottled it. Ah, no, I'm stuck on this car. Oh, so there we have it, an 83,000 point drift combo coming out of Nice, out of Castelletto. How far do we get? Not really that far at all. Let's have a quick look on how far it was. It's a good test, you know. How far can you go on one combo? 3.7 kilometers. Well, there you go. That was fun. So, this has been drifting in a rear-wheel drive D-Class Mini. I've been RogueAvatar. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more of my fun in Forza videos. Otherwise, I will see you next time for some more fun in Forza. See you then.